Hi everyone, it's me Ace here once again back at you with another video for you, and this is on God of War Ragnarok. Now, due to this game still being somewhat new, I'll avoid any spoilers. It's finally here, and I've been super excited to play this game, and that's all I've been doing pretty much since it released. If you haven't played the 2018 God of War, then I recommend you play that first and watch my review on it, video for which can be found in the description down below. We continue the epic voyage of Kratos and Atreus to stop Ragnarok. The game starts out with a standard cutscene, so we get to immediately see how much Atreus has grown up. As we follow the story, we see the magnitude of what has to be stopped and changed. After some back and forth altercations with Freya, we learn about some new things and remember some stuff we did in the prior game. I really enjoyed seeing the relationship between Kratos and Atreus grow even further. As their bond deepens, it moves the story along at a great pace. Speaking of pace, the story has many moments of keeping you on the edge of your seat, always wanting to know what happens next. This is why I was up playing until 1 AM on a few days, which is not something I do often, unless of course, porn. The cutscenes do a fantastic job of showing the different character perspectives, and this gives us a great insight into each way the characters think about different situations. Naturally, all of the character development doesn't obstruct the cutscenes in any way, so we always get the full immersion. Also, the best thing added in the story now is we get to see even more story perspectives play out, like with Brock and Sindri. This is a fantastic addition and it makes the story feel more complete to me. The best part of this is when we get to learn about the story of Thor and his family. Now, I'm going to have to leave off here because there are too many landmines in the spoiler department to land on if I carry on. Story, I rate a full 10 out of 10, 5 stars, or whatever other arbitrary bullshit scale you can think of because the story is too substantial. The gameplay is almost exactly the same as the prior game, but with some new ideas thrown in. We have a new weapon, which is by far my favourite in this game, as I use it in almost every fight possible. I won't mention what it is for spoilers, but there's a good chance you might already know what it is. One thing that I now like is that there is more need for the elements. Certain enemies will either have ice or fire barriers, and to remove it you need to use the element of the opposite effect. Also, there is now a shield break, and this means when an enemy has 2 blue rings appear, you can interrupt them. A great idea because I like being able to give them a taste of their own fucking medicine, as I'm always getting interrupted during my own combos. Upgrades and armor have the same purpose, earn XP to upgrade equipment to get better stats so you deal more damage. With certain weapon upgrades you can apply what I think are mods, or I think they're called that anyway, and these give you slight increases to damage, more stun or higher protection effects. These come in handy against certain enemies. Speaking of enemies, they are on point with a good amount of variety of types and bosses. Plus you also get the Berserker Gravestone bosses. However, I found a few problems with these, and they include enemies' irregular attack patterns. I've died while dodging attacks, animation deaths. I've died many times while in the animation for something. Camera point of view can be a hindrance when the enemies use quick attacks because you can't realign it enough. The AI teammate can obstruct views in certain situations. Sometimes melee weapons would reach further than they should. Basic attacks on occasion drain almost all life. I was at one point where I lost almost all my health in one hit, and sometimes the AI teammate will not shoot arrows at the target. Now, most of these happen during specific fights, mainly the King Berserker and the fight where you have to deal with 2 Berserkers at the same time. It might just be me that has these, or maybe some other people have experienced the same or similar problems. I found that the best thing I could do after having these troubles was to do some exploring. They pulled out all the stops and the realms are gorgeous. The detail captured was mesmerising and every little thing stood out to me. Only downside for me is the map. While it is good, some points can be a bit tricky to find, particularly the ones where you need to locate a very small gap to reveal other new locations. This is a minor inconvenience though, so it's not that bad. Because of how many places there are to go, you won't have a shortage of things to do for quite a while, whether that be finishing off favours or just going for the multitude of collectibles that are available. There are also many secrets to discover across the realms with great items and rewards to be obtained. With how much stuff there is, I don't think it's possible for me to go over every single detail because I'd be here for a very long time and nobody would want to listen to me to go on about this game for that long, so I'm going to stop here. The gameplay, I rate a very 9 out of 10, a very high 9 out of 10. Improvements needed are only small, however, it would help. It just boils down to fixing the issues that I mentioned in the gameplay sections. Other than that, nothing else. Now, I know they are releasing patches for this game, and I have yet to try the updates and see if it's fixed any of these, but that will probably be happening in the future anyway. Value-wise, this game isn't worth the retail price, but to be fair, not a lot of games are. I think this is worth a solid £30, but given time it will go down in price, so you can get it a bit cheaper if you're willing to wait a bit longer. Rating wise, I am so close to giving this a full 20, but it falls just a tad bit short. However, giving this a full 19 out of 20 is still really good. Thanks for watching this video, and as always, have a great day.